Welcome. In previous sessions, we discussed about what is meant by shear force and what is meant by bending moment and types of supports, what are the types of loads, and diagrams related to the type of loads and types of supports. So next topic is typical cases of shear force and bending moment diagrams. So different types of beams and different types of loading conditions, how to derive the shear force values and bending moment values. So formulas for the shear force and bending moment for different cases. So that is the today's topic. So first, considering a simply supported beam having a central point load W. So here figure shows W is the central point load and L is the length of the beam. So for that beam, so what is the shear force value and what is the bending moment value? So that is we are finding out by taking the reaction values. So therefore first step is the load is at center and symmetrical. So here the load is located at the center, nothing but L by 2 L by 2. So that's why the reaction values. So here one end is taken as reaction at RA and the other end is taken as reaction at RB. So that's why RA equal to RB equal to central load, nothing but by using the equilibrium equations. Equilibrium equations are sigma H equal to 0, sigma V equal to 0 and moment at either taken as one end, that is either taken as outer at the right end or left end. So these are the three equilibrium equations we are used to calculate the shear force values and bending moment values. So here by taking the reactions there is sigma V equal to 0, nothing but vertical reactions equal to 0. So that equilibrium equation is used. So always there is no horizontal loads, that's why sigma H is always 0. So the only sigma V equal to 0 and sigma M equal to 0, nothing but vertical forces equal to 0 and moments equal to 0. The two major equations are regularly we are finding out for calculating the shear force and bending moment values. So for that the load is at center and symmetrical, that's why upward forces equal to downward forces. So that is the sigma V equal to 0 equilibrium equation. So that is RA equal to RB equal to W by 2. So W is located at the center, so that's why W by 2. So shear force at any section in the right half of the beam, considering the right half of the section. So section is taken at the center. So shear force value is W by 2. Only loads are considering for the shear forces. So for bending moment, load at what load and at what length. So load which is related to the length is also calculating the bending moment values. So in shear force values there is only taken as only load values. So in case of bending moments there is lengths are also considered where the load is located. So that is the bending moment values. So for shear force value, taking the right half of the beam, the shear force value is W by 2. So here load will be acted downwards. So that's why the sign convention is taken as negative. So that is right upward. So that's why the shear force value at the right half of the beam is minus W by 2. So shear force at any section in the left half of the beam. So here in left half of the beam, so nothing but in left portion the shear force value is W by 2. So here the loading will be in the upward direction, so that's why left upward. So the sign convention is taken as positive. So here it supports the bending moment value will be 0, therefore moment at A equal to moment at B equal to 0. So bending moment at mid span. So here the supports is simple supports, so that's why shear bending moment values becomes 0. So here only bending moment is at the center, that's why bending moment is taken as bending moment at mid span, that equal to M equal to load will be acted at the center. So that's why for simply supported beam in the load variation is taken under the center of gravity. So M equal to W by 2 into load will be acting at the center. So center of gravity, that is W by 2 into L by 2, that is equal to W L by 4. So here the bending moment is positive bending moment, so that's why the bending moment is taken as sagging bending moment. So for the simply supported beam, central point load W, L is the length of the beam, the shear force value is W by 2 at left half of the portion and W by 2 at the right half of the portion, and supports the bending moment value becomes 0, and at center the bending moment value is WL by 4. So here the bending moment value will be a positive bending moment, nothing but sagging bending moment. So this is the simply supported beam with central point load having the shear force and bending moment values. So for simply supported beam with UDL throughout the beam, so here the figure is there. So throughout the length load is acting, so the load is nothing but uniformly distributed load, nothing but UDL is acting throughout the beam. So that's why total load on the beam. So for UDL calculations, the load will be considered as not only load but also taken as length of the load is also mentioned. So that's why load will be multiplied by the length of the beam. So that's why load is also considering, length is also considering. So total load on the beam, that equal to throughout the length W load is acting, so W into length is nothing but L, so that equal to WL, since the load is symmetrical reactions. Here the load is a symmetrical load, so reactions nothing but RA equal to RB. So left hand is taken as RA and right hand is taken as RB. So that's why RA equal to RB equal to WL by 2. So here load value is WL. So it is acting at the center. So that's why WL by 2. So that is the reactions RA and RB. So next, shear force at any section X distance from left support. So for calculating the shear force left from the left support, a section is taken at X distance. So that is F at X, nothing but shear force F at X, that equal to reaction value is WL by 2 minus load will be acting as W into distance is taken as X. So that's why Fx equal to WL by 2 minus W into X. So shear force at midspan equal to 0. At midspan shear force will be 0. Only shear force is occurred at the supports. So bending moment at any section, so reaction values is taken as shear force values, and for bending moment calculation considering left or right support, bending moment is taken as at X distance. So mx equal to WL by 2. So nothing but reaction. So WL by 2 into x for the total length of the beam minus, so x6 section is taken, so W into x is nothing but load into distance value is taken as by 2, so nothing but x by 2. So mx equal to WL by 2 into x minus Wx square by 2. So here LCM is taken, so the supports will be taken as simple supports. So for simply supported beam, at ends, nothing but at supports, bending moment value becomes 0, therefore MA equal to MB equal to 0. So here only at midspan bending moment value is there, so that's why at midspan the midpoint is taken as point C. So in midspan a bending moment at C, M equal to M at C equal to WL by 2 is nothing but reaction, RA into L by 2 minus W by 2 into L by 2 whole square. So for the total length of the beam, WL by 2 into L by 2 minus W by 2 into, here x value is taken as L by 2 whole square. Yet C is nothing but L by 2 distance. So substituting the L by 2 in case of x place. So WL by 2 into L by 2 minus W by 2 into L by 2 whole square. So WL by 2 into L by 2, nothing but WL square by 4 minus W into L square by 2 2s are 4 into 8. So 4 to 2, nothing but 8. So WL square by 4 minus WL square by 4. So taking LCM as 4 and 8. So LCM is 8. So 4 into 2, nothing but 2 WL square minus 8 and 1 WL square. So 2 WL square minus WL square becomes WL square by 8. So that is sagging bending moment. So at midspan the bending moment value is WL square by 8. So for shear force the bending moment is taken as WL by 2 at right support and WL by 2 at left support. At midspan the bending moment value is WL square by 8. So that is a sagging bending moment. So for simply supported beam, for simply supported beam with UDL throughout the entire span, the shear force value is WL by 2 and at midspan the bending moment value is WL square by 8. So at supports bending moment values become 0 because of simple supports. So next, simply supported beam with eccentric concentrated load. So here the load is an eccentric load, nothing but the load is not acting at the center, so it is acting at a distance A from the left support and B from the right support. So for that the load is acting at eccentric point, so hence it is unsymmetrical load. Load will be unsymmetrical load because load is not acting at the center, so that's why the loading variation is an unsymmetrical variation, so hence it is unsymmetrical load. So calculate the reactions using equations of equilibrium. So equations of equilibrium equations is sigma h equal to 0, sigma v equal to 0 and sigma m equal to 0. We know that the moment at simply supported ends is 0. So moment at simple supports. So at A and at B, bending moment values becomes 0. Therefore, moment about A and about B is 0. Therefore, MA equal to MB equal to 0. So therefore, taking moments about A, so nothing but sigma M equal to 0. So at moment at A or B, so moment at A equal to 0 is also taken, and moment at B equal to 0, either taken as A or also B. So here moment at B equal to 0, so that's why RA into L minus P into B, that equal to 0. So RA into L equal to PB. So RA equal to PB by L. So that is the sigma M equal to 0. So that the equilibrium equation is sigma M equal to 0. By using bending moment values at 0, the reaction values is the reaction formula is RA equal to PB by L. So upward forces. So next equilibrium condition is upward forces equal to downward forces, nothing but sigma V equal to 0. So here upward forces is nothing but reaction values is taken as upward forces, and downward forces is taken as nothing but load. So RA plus RB equal to P. So here substitute the RA value in the equation 1. So equation 1 is RA plus RB equal to P. So RA value is PB by L. So PB by L plus RB equal to P. So here RB equal to P minus PB by L. So taking LCM for 1 and L value. So here the LCM is L. So 1 will be L times, so L is multiplied with P, so that is P into L minus L value is 1 time, 1 into numerator value, so numerator value is PB, so PL minus PB by L. So here L is taken as A plus B, so substitute the A plus B in L value, so P into A plus B minus PB, so separating the values, so P into A plus P into B minus P into B, so PB, so plus PB minus PB gets cancelled, so PA by L. So here RB equal to PA by L. RA value is PB by L and RB value is PA by L. Substituting the RB and RA values in moment equation. So here at C point the moment will be PAB by L. So here the bending moment values at supports is 0. So only at C point the bending moment value is there. So that's why M at C, that equal to RA into L. So RA into A. So here at C point the distance will be taken as A. So that's why RA or RB. So RA value is PB by L into A. So here distance is A. That's why PAB by L. So that is the bending moment value at C. So shear force values is taken, reactions will be taken as shear force values, and bending moment value is at the center. So at supports the bending moment will be 0 because the supports is a simple supports. So at C, moment at C equal to PAB by L, RA equal to PB by L and RB equal to PA by L. So simply supported beam with eccentric concentrated load. So simply supported beam with central point load, shear force equal to WL by 2 and bending moment is WL by 4. So for simply supported beam with UDL throughout the entire span, the shear force value is WL by 2 and bending moment value is WL square by 8. So for simply supported beam with eccentric point load, shear force is RA or RB. So RA equal to PB by L and RB equal to PA by L. So bending moment is at center. Bending moment MC equal to PAB by L. That is the simply supported beam with eccentric point load, shear force and bending moment values. So coming to the cantilever beam. Cantilever beam with concentrated load at free end. So concentrated load is W at which is located at free end. One end is a fixed end. So L is taken as length of the beam. So shear force at any section of the beam. So shear force at any section of the beam taken as load value that equal to W. So bending moment at support. So bending moment at support that equal to W into at support. At support. So that's why length is taken as L. So W into L. So here the load is acting at downwards. So that's why negative value is taken. So the bending moment is hogging bending moment. So bending moment at support that equal to W into L. Bending moment at mid span that equal to WL. W into L by 2. So that is minus WL by 2. So shear force value is W and bending moment value is W into L. So not, therefore bending moment at any section x distance from free end. So at x distance W into x. So W is acting under downward load. So that's why minus W into x. So here in x place the L value will be substituted. So that's why at support the bending moment value is W into L. So for concentrated load at free end, cantilever beam with concentrated load at free end, shear force value is W and bending moment value at support is W into L. So next, cantilever beam with UDL throughout the beam. So cantilever beam is one side support is fixed support and other side support is a free support. Throughout the length W value is nothing but load is acting. So load is UDL load and L is taken as length of the beam. So shear force at any section. So at any section x distance from free end. So from free end the section will be taken as x at x distance. So F at x equal to length W is nothing but load into distance is taken as x. So Fx equal to W into x. Shear force at any fixed end. So shear force at any fixed end equal to at free end the shear force is 0 and at fixed end the shear force is taken as W into length. So at throughout the length L value is taken. So that's why W into L. So that is the downward load. So that's why it is taken as positive. So here loading is clockwise movement. So clockwise load. So that's why the shear force at fixed support that equal to positive movement is taken. So that is W into L. So bending moment at any section x distance from free end. So considering x distance, so moment at x equal to load is taken as W into X into distance is taken as at center. So W into X by 2. So moment, so W that is downward moment, so that's why sign convention is taken as negative, so minus W X into X by 2, so that equal to minus W X square by 2. Therefore bending moment at fixed support, so nothing but fixed end, so bending moment at fixed end equal to minus W into X square by 2. So substituting the L values in case of X value, so W into L square by 2. So bending moment at free end equal to 0. At midspan the bending moment is minus W by 2 into, at midspan the load is taken as L by 2, so minus W by 2 into L by 2 whole square, so that equal to minus W L square by 8. So that is the hogging bending moment. So shear force cantilever beam with UDL throughout the length, the shear force value is taken as W into L and bending moment is taken as W L square by 2. So these are the standard values for cantilever beam, simply supported beam in case of concentrated load at center and concentrated load at free end, and UDL throughout the beam for cantilever and simply supported beams. So simply supported beam with several concentrated loads. Here there is number of loads is taken. So several loads is taken. So several loads is P1, P2 and P3. Length of the beam is taken as L and P1 is acting at A1 distance and P2 is acting at A2 distance and P3 load is acting at A3 distance. So from reaction RA P1 into A1 and P2 into A2 and P3 into A3. So for reactions at RA, so for calculating the reactions equilibrium equations are used. So equilibrium equations is upward forces equal to downward forces. So upward forces is RA plus RB equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So moment at A, so that is RB into L equal to P1 into A1 plus P2 into A2 plus P3 into E3. So then RB equal to P1 into A1 plus P2 into A2 plus P3 into A3 by L. So then RA equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 minus RB. So for reaction RA, upward forces equal to downward forces are considered at the left support. So RA equal to downward forces is P1 plus P2 plus P3, and again reaction is there, so that's why minus RB. So Here m1, m2 and m3 moments is taken. So at m1, so m1 value is Ra into A1. So the reaction at A1 distance, so the moment is m1 equal to Ra into A1. So next m2, so m2 is taken as at A2 distance, so m2 equal to Ra into A2 minus, so upward forces equal to downward forces, so upward force is Ra into A2 minus, downward forces is P1 into A2 minus A1. So P1 into A2 minus A1, so that is the m2 value. So coming to the m3, so m3 is Rb into P3. So taking from the right section, so Rb into B3. So after analyzing the above general cases of shear force and bending moment, the following conclusions will be taken. So after analyzing the above general cases of shear force and bending moment, the following conclusions can be drawn. So the shear force value is the shear force diagram is this, and the bending moment diagram is this. So here a point is missed. So for calculating the point loads, the shear force values is taken as just lines, nothing but straight lines in case of point loads. And for UDL the bending moment values is drawn as parabolic curves. So this is the major important thing. So for drawing the shear force values, type of load is also very important. So in case of point load, straight lines is drawn, and in case of UDL, parabolic curves is drawn. So that is the simply supported beam with eccentric concentrated load. Here a relation is given. So relation between the bending moment, shear force and load. So relationship between the shear force, bending moment and load. So in each case, some typical cases we are finding the shear force and bending moment values. So there is a relationship between the bending moment, shear force and load. So what are the relationship between the bending moment, shear force and load? We have to calculating. So nothing but we are deriving the equations. So for that, considering the beam AB, so UDL is acting at the length of the beam, so load is W per meter. So then at X distance from A, F is taken, so that is taken as downward, and F plus DF, which is taken as dx distance from F, so that is F plus DF. So here at F the moment is taken as M, and at dx, so nothing but Q load, the bending moment is taken as M plus dm. The force will be changes from F to df, and moment is changes from M to dm at dx. So this is the description about the figure. So considering a beam carrying uniformly distributed load of W per unit length. So consider the load beam carrying a uniformly distributed load of W per unit length. So now considering a small portion of beam PQ of length dx at a distance x from the left hand support as shown in figure. So consider a small portion. So the small portion is P and Q, so which is acting at a distance x from the left hand support. So therefore the load acting on the beam, so then load acting on the beam PQ equal to, in portion PQ, the load is W into delta x. So W into load, uniformly distributed load is there. So at load, so how much distance is also considering. So PQ equal to W into dx. Let F equal to shear force at P, then F plus delta F equal to shear force at Q. So moment M equal to bending moment at P, and at Q bending moment is M plus delta M. So the element PQ of the beam is in equilibrium. So therefore upward force at Q equal to downward forces at P. So upward forces at Q equal to downward forces at P. So upward forces is F plus delta F, that equal to downward forces is F plus downward load PQ. So load acting on the beam, that equal to PQ equal to W into delta X. So on both sides F gets cancelled. Delta F by delta X equal to W. So delta F equal to W into delta X. So delta F by delta X. So delta X becomes dividing the delta F. So delta F by delta X equal to W. So here delta F is nothing but shear force and X is the distance. Therefore the rate of change of shear force is equal to the intensity of load. So here a relation is occurred. So the relation is delta F by delta X equal to W, similarly equating the moments at Q. Similarly equating the moments at Q. So here moment is M minus F into delta X minus W into delta X by 2. So in PQ portion, M is the moment minus load F into delta X, so nothing but downward load. Next here UDL is also considering, so UDL is W into delta X by 2, that equal to moment at Q, that equal to M plus delta M. So here delta X value is a small quantity value, so neglecting the delta X terms. So that's why delta M equal to F into delta X. M gets cancelled, so delta M equal to delta X value is a small quantity, so neglecting the W into delta X by 2 values. So that's why M gets cancelled on both sides. So delta M equal to minus F into dx. So F minus F into dx is not changed. So only delta M equal to minus F into delta X. Therefore delta M by delta X equal to minus F. So that is the equation 1. So here rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force at that section. So delta F by delta X equal to rate of change of shear force is equal to the intensity of load. So that is the first relation. and the second relation is rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force at the section. So that is the second relation. We know that for the maximum value of bending moment, delta m by delta x equal to 0. So for maximum value of bending moment, delta m by delta x equal to 0. So that is for maximum bending moment the shear force is 0, but in practice the bending moment may be maximum when shear force changes its sign. So maximum bending moment ki shear force value అనేది 0 ఉండిద్ది. So that is the general condition. So in case of practice the bending moment may be maximum when shear force changes its sign. So these are the relationship between the bending moment, shear force and load. So delta f by delta x equal to w, nothing but rate of change of shear force is equal to the intensity of loading. So then delta m minus delta m by delta x equal to minus delta f. So delta m minus delta x equal to minus f is nothing but rate of change of bending moment is equal to the shear force at the section. So these are the two relationships which is which are the relationship between the bending moment, shear force and load. So the first relation is related to the shear force and load, and the second relationship is related to the moment and shear force. So here important point is there, two important points. So the rate of change of shear force at any section is equal to the intensity of load at that section. So next, rate of change of bending moment at any section is equal to the shear force at that section. So these are the 2 points. So first one is rate of change of shear force at any section is equal to the intensity of load at that section, and rate of change of bending moment at any section is equal to the shear force at that section. At bending moment, when bending moment changes, then shear force will be that is equal to the shear force at that section. When shear force changes, that is equal to the load at that section. So these are the two important points which is regarding the relationship between the bending moment, shear force and load. So here in next class there is a some of the relationships is also there. So that relationships and problems related to the shear force and bending moment calculations will be in the next class.